Back in May of 2015, WVEC's 13 News Now delivered a report from journalist Nick Ochsner on the fact that there were 21 credible and officially reported UFO sightings in the area of Hampton Roads in Langley Air Force Base. I maintain that these are linked to the pollution of coal dust and coal-fired power plants, as well as the contamination of groundwater and the seafood of Chesapeake Bay by the firefighting forever chemical PFAS. Each time I attempt to point out this nationwide atrocity, the channel receives overt and subtle comments from current and former military service members that would undermine the message if not addressed. Here is Nick Ochsner in 2015, followed by a 2021 report on the groundwater poisoning.
Nick Ochsner here, and I want to tell you about a story I have coming up tonight at 6. We're doing something a little bit different. We're talking about UFOs. Recently, the United States Air Force has released thousands of documents about something it called Project Blue Book. It was more than 12,000 reports of UFO sightings, and the stuff I have in my hand right now, 21 sightings in Hampton Roads. We're digging through these reports. We're talking about what's in them. I'm also talking to historians about why these reports were important, even if they were more about just uncovering little green men.
Cancer-causing forever chemicals are present in the groundwater at least 9 military installations, contaminating the Chesapeake Bay.
Those are the findings of a new report out today from the D.C.-based nonprofit, nonpartisan Environmental Working Group. The organization says at least 3 of the bases are here in Hampton Roads. Mike Gooding has details.
The groundwater at 9 military installations near the Chesapeake Bay is contaminated with the toxic forever chemicals known as PFAS at levels above that which regulators say is safe for drinking. And they're likely ending up in blue crabs, oysters, and other marine life that are consumed by people in Virginia's $600 million seafood industry. The nonpartisan Environmental Working Group says DOD has done little to address PFAS contamination at these bases. The highest detection was reported at Langley Air Force Base. Other Hampton Roads facilities making the list were Fort Eustis and Yorktown Naval Weapons Station. The primary source of PFAS is firefighting foam used by the branches since the early 1970s. It can cause a variety of cancers and other severe illnesses.
Because they've been so strongly linked to certain cancers and other health problems, this should be treated as a 5-alarm fire. It is being treated in some states as a 5-alarm fire. It's just not being treated as a priority by our Defense Department.
The Pentagon said at a hearing last year that it has spent $40 million so far to conduct exposure assessments in impacted communities.
In summary, DoD is taking actions to reduce the risks of PFAS. Our efforts reinforce DoD's commitment to meeting critical mission requirements while protecting human health and the environment.
The DoD estimates that future PFAS costs will total at least $2.1 billion and has acknowledged that PFAS cleanup could take decades. Mike Gooding, 13 News Now.